Alright, so today I'm going to record a video showing you guys what I'm looking for in the RStudio installation verification. Basically just to check to make sure that RStudio is doing everything that it needs to in order for you guys to get your homework done. So the first thing we want to do, and it's listed out in the instructions is the first thing, is we want to import that Giannis dataset. So up at the top here, under environment, we're going to hit import dataset, and here we have the from Excel button. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit that. Now we want to browse for the file. This might be in your downloads, this might be on your desktop, wherever it is, let's go get it. I have all of my R files in one folder for this class, so my MA109 folder. You might want a similar organization scheme, but that's personal choice. So let's go ahead, get Giannis. You ideally want the just straight up Giannis file. You don't want Giannis if you download it multiple times with like a 1 or a 2, but I'm going to show how we take care of that later. So let's go ahead and import this. You know you're doing it right when you get this nice preview here. So we go ahead, we're going to import it. So you know that you've imported it correctly when it shows up in the environment over here in this top right pane. This data set has 38 observations. He played 38 games of 20 variables. Great. So we're going to go first unit calculations. And in the top right part of this script pane, we're going to hit the arrow next to source. And we're going to source with echo. What that means is when you source an RScript file, it runs the entire file instead of line by line. And then source with echo means that puts all the outputs for this down in the console in the bottom left. So let's go ahead and do that. You can use the keyboard shortcut or you can click buttons. Doesn't matter, same thing. All right, and you know you've done it right when you see this kind of an output and you see like truncated down here. I can make this a bit wider so we can see the whole thing. There we go. So now what you want to go ahead and do is just copy, dragging the mouse, drag it all the way to the top, Control C, and then open up something in Notepad, Control V. Perfect. All right. Now, let's say you've downloaded this multiple times. Maybe you can't find the original file that you initially had. And you have like a Giannis 1 or a Giannis 2 or a Giannis 20 at this point. That's okay. We have a fix for that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to clear the console. Pretend we've never done any of this. I'm going to clear the environment. Pretend all of that's gone. And let's go ahead and try and import again. Alright, so here we have Giannis 1. This is the name scheme that Windows will give you every time you download something multiple times. I've done this lots of times when I've downloaded a syllabus over and over again for a class. So let's go ahead and open this up. And it seems like everything's fine because you still get the nice data preview. The difference is the name scheme. You can see both here in the code preview in the right and the import options to the left. This is actually the first way we can fix this. We can actually go ahead and make this named Giannis, and then everything will work fine. But let's say you didn't want to do that. Or it's too late and you haven't done this and you've already imported it as Giannis 1. So let's go ahead and import. Okay. So what I think we can do is we can go ahead and we can run a line at the very beginning. And we can say, I want to remember Giannis 1 with a different name. And that name that I want to have it have is just Giannis. And remember, the entire point of this is that all of the different commands that I've done down here to show off the stats functions you'll use for your homework, I wrote those all with Giannis in mind. So you'll get an error message if you try using a different name on it. So let's go ahead. We're going to hit Control Enter just by itself, no shift. And now we have a new data set. So Giannis and Giannis 1 are the two data sets we have. So it's your choice at this point. You can delete the line, you can leave it. It doesn't matter. But let's get rid of it. And now let's go ahead, source with echo. And once again, we've got the same output down here in the console. Somebody asked, and this is a really good question, do we need to answer the semi-rhetorical questions. Which part is A? Which part is B? So what's the equation? You don't have to worry about any of that for this. This is purely a is RStudio working for you assignment. So I'm just looking for you to go ahead, drag across, Control C, go to Notepad, Control V. That's all I'm looking for. You go ahead, you're going to save this as a text file and then drop it on